Hello and welcome to English 300. This week I'll be talking about a relevant topic in critical thinking and theory, which may help in crafting arguments and even analyzing contemporary culture in ways that can enhance paper writing and argumentation. What I'll be talking today about is Marxism. This was taken from the Routledge Companion to Critical Thinking by Malpass. That's the editor's name. And primarily, Marxism, while it can be used essentially to critique economic systems, there's a lot of identity theory that may also be taken from said Marxism. It's all about power structures and power relations. So capitalist systems are built in a way, he argues, that, and Marxism argues, that keeps people in a power struggle. This ultimately will result in some kind of revolt, but we can never reach that final revolt because of said power struggle. We ultimately become a cog in a machine in a consumer society. This keeps your identity created and constructed by forces of history and economy. You essentially do not have an essential or natural identity, and that is opposed to a lot of modern and deconstruction theorists, such as Lacan, Derrida, who argue that and a lot of very contemporary recent theorists, such as a lot of queer theory and identity theory, which states that you are essentially more than a constructed being. You are not a constructed being. You actually have a choice in your identity. Marxism actually speaks against that, and there are forces in our history and economy that made you the way you are, and forces in your economy keep you that way. We ultimately become puppets in a commodity culture. So capitalism is a system that constantly overproduces and seeks to manage its demand for profit by artificially inducing market scarcity. So we become puppets in the system that tells us we need these things, they're scarce, we go get those things. We never can really be satisfied. So human identity is pre-given by those forces. Furthermore, there is the aspect of cultural industry, where culture used to be a nascent, the epitome of creation, ideals. And because of the way that economy is structured, culture seeps into a commodity fetish system where culture becomes a new opiate of the masses, where culture becomes something to keep the population docile through mainstream products, mainstream culture and art. So we become part of a culture of the same, where we're not really individuals, but we're buying things that everyone else has. So it completely eradicates the idea of a unique identity. Furthermore, these cultures are all variations on the same theme. There's nothing really different in anything. So we all have a freedom in this system, but it's the freedom to be the same. So we all allow ourselves, due to the plethora of things on the market, and it's very entertaining and enticing to us and our human nature, but we all allow this to happen. We're all inscribed in this system where we become slaves to things. So this discussion was, whether you agree with it or not, Marxism has definitely seen a lot of relevance in today's time, and Marxism is always something that you can consider when thinking about our place in society, media's place in society, power, those in power, and how they keep those subordinate in society. And it was merely a discussion point. Thank you, and see you next week.